Okay, good morning, students. Welcome back to our online learning. Today we will learn about science. Okay, now you please take out your book and then open page 788. Sorry, open page 88 in your people's book. Okay, so after we have learned about the environment, I want to ask you. So because we have known the types of environment that we have known, such as the first one is uh, wet environment, right? Wet environment. And then what else? Dry and moist. Okay, dry and moist environment. And moist environment. Then what else? Yeah, shady and dry, shady and dry environment. Shady and dry environment. So as we know, the example of the environment in wet environment is the river, and dark and moist is located, for example, like inside the soil. There's dark and moist, and also shaded and dry environment is, for example, tree or even like forest. So there is the environment, and for the animals, it's totally different. So for wet environment, of course, we know that, for example, like fish. So fish is the living things that live in the in the environment instead of animal. Maybe plants uh, like water lily, that one lives in the wet environment, and dark and moist. Okay, dark and moist. So basically, we know that dark and moist is inside the soil. So it's like ant. The animal is like ant, and of course for the plants, of course we know that inside the soil most of the plants have the root, so the root grows inside the soil for sure, because of course dark and moist of course have the water, it means inside of the soil. Okay, so how about shady and dry? How about shady and dry? Okay, so shady and dry is the example is is like bird. Okay, the example of the animal is like bird or even bee that likes to hide from the sunlight, that they make their own house over there under the tree. Okay, so that's what about environment. So because people now, I mean human nowadays, most of them they try to make more modern things like cars, like plastic, what what they think it is very useful, but actually it gives a bad impact to our environment. So what should we do? So that's why we are going to learn these things. So what can we do to our what can we do to care for our environment? Okay, so look at the picture. You can see just now when I have mentioned humans have created cars, motorcycle, airplanes, or even like things that help humans to take things like plastic bag, or even they to make it clean, they make the pipe to uh, let the water flow in that pipe. So the wastewater don't stuck in one place, so it can flow to the lower area like river, and then will flow to the sea. So of course this one will give bad impact. If we start from the car, you can see this. From this car we can see this. It creates the air pollution. It creates the smoke out of the car. And not also that, not even car, like motorcycle sometimes produce this kind of smoke, or even the factory. Okay, or even the factory also produce this air pollution, or even like we call it the smoke, which is bad for environment. It is very harmful. And for the plastic bags, so for the objects that I've said, it is useful for human, but it is harmful uh, for environment. You could imagine that almost every day people throw plastic bags to the street, or even like throw the plastic bag to the dustbin. But do you know where the dustbin, I mean the plastic bag end after they have thrown, I mean they have been sent to the place, I mean the last place where the trash will be sent? But most of them will be thrown to the sea. This one gave the pollution. You could see this picture. It is so dirty. So not only that, it is not only uh, it's not only makes the environment looks bad, not only looks bad, and also makes it um, smells bad, but also it also causes the animals die, such as this, like this one. It is the turtle for there, but already died. It's because of what? For sure we know that it's because it eats the plastic. It ate the plastic over there. That's why the turtle died, because the turtle thought that the plastic is the jellyfish, is a jellyfish. So they eat that, and of course, because plastic cannot be chewed, cannot be eaten, it is harmful and poisonous for animals, for living things, because it is plastic bags is made of chemical things, right? Of course, it is very poisonous for living things. So that's why this, you can see this. The picture is this beach is littered with rubbish. So of course, there's rubbish is really bad. Okay, so we know that. Also, of course, they have another things. Wastewater from the pipe is flowing into the sea. Of course, we know that humans pee or poop every day. Of course, right? Everyone pee or poop every day, right? But do you know the water flows to this pipe? Of course, the water flows from this pipe and then flow to the sea, into the sea. You can see this, the yellow water over here, which is very dirty and very harmful and poisonous for the environment. Okay, so smoke, rubbish, and wastewater are harmful and poisonous. When these things get into the environment, they can make living things sick or even kill them, such as the turtle just now where I have mentioned. So yeah, so what's the thing that we have to do to reduce these things or to stop these things? Okay, let's look at this. Not only that kind of pollution. So because in the past, humans, I mean the place where you are living right now is actually in the past. It was forest. It was a forest, but you can see that most of the trees have been cut down. So humans like to cut down the trees and then open the new land to make their farming or building roads or even their houses. So what they do is they cut the trees, not only cut the trees, but also they, to make it fast, they burn the forest. They burn the forest. So it is really bad. It not only give the air pollution, it also give bad impact, such as it's also kill the animals inside of the forest, such as it kill the squirrel, the rabbit, or even another animal that lives in the forest that we know. The forest is the environment where living things live in it. It also kills the plants for sure because it burns the plant. And for the human, because this one burning and cutting down trees, destroy habitats. You can see this from this picture. I can't see. My eyes are watering. It's not because this boy is sad, but it's because when you are in a place full of smoke, of course you literally will your eyes will be watering. So why it can be like that? Because it is so hurt. You will hurt your eyes, the smoke. And yeah, not only your eyes, it also can hurt your lungs. So of course, when you are in smoke, you will get choke on your neck. You cannot even breathe because smoke is really poisonous. You can see the smoke, all of the smoke. See, so it is really bad. So when an environment is damaged or destroyed, living things lose their habitats. They may die if they cannot find another home to live in. Look at around you. Is the environment you live in being damaged? Of course, you cannot even see the process of these things anymore because it happens in the past, right? Yeah, but yeah, every place that we live in over here, that we live in right now, is the place where in the past it was damaged. It was destroyed, the habitats over there. Okay, so what can we do to reduce this kind of damage to our environment? So we can look at to another page. So what can we do over here? You could look at this on page 90. Okay. So if we don't want to live in a dirty, smelly, harmful environment, we must care for our environment. So here's the thing that we have to do. For example, the first one, we have to pick up litter and throw rubbish into bins. We have to do these things everywhere. We have to apply these things everywhere. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one, we can plant trees instead of burning or cutting them down. Okay, there's a bad thing, of course. Next, throw wastewater down wastewater pipes instead of into drains or river or even the sea. And we can walk or cycle instead of traveling by car for short distance. Yeah, we can use if for long distance you can use bus. So not all people will use their car. So less car, less pollution for sure. But for short distance we have to walk. It's better we walk or even cycle, because cycle or walk we don't give any pollution, we don't give the air pollution, and it's good for our health, right? Because it walk and cycle is just the same as exercise. So of course you have to keep in our mind of these things. So here's here is the things that we have to do, okay, for stop this kind of pollution. Okay, let's try to look at next page, page 91. So look at this. Look at the top of the page. So what you have learned over here? Smoke, rubbish, and wastewater can harm the environment. It is because it is harmful and poisonous. So that's why it can harms it can harm the environment. Also, burning and cutting down trees can destroy the habitats of living things. So living things that we know is not only animals but also plants. So we can care for the environment by picking up litter, throwing rubbish into bins, planting trees, throwing wastewater down wastewater pipes, or walking or cycling. So so that's the thing that we have to remember. That's the thing that we have learned in this uh, online learning. Okay, so let's take a look in this exercise. Look at this. So this beach is littered with rubbish. So why do you think the beach is littered with rubbish? What do you think? Of course, it's because the the people who throw it don't care, right? The people who throw the rubbish over there don't care with the environment. So what could happen to the living things that live around there, around there on the beach or even in the sea? What will happen to them, to all of them? What will happen? Do you know that? So of course we can know that it will harm the living things. It will cause the death of the living things, such as like the death of turtle, okay, the death of the turtle that eat the plastic bags, eat the plastic bag like this kind of place, this kind of plastic, or even like the water bottle, plastic bottle can be eaten by them sometimes, and then of course they will die because of these things. And what can you do to keep the beach clean? Of course, when we saw the rubbish, we have to take it and then throw it to the dustbin. Or even when we wanted, after we have finished drink water, of course, only the plastic bottle left, right? So you can throw the plastic bottle to dustbin. So that's the thing that you can do. So what should we avoid? Burning or cutting down trees in the forest. So what should we avoid? Burning or cutting down trees in the forest. So of course we have to avoid both of them, because why? Burning uh, will cause the air pollution. Okay, will cause the air pollution, and also will destroy the habitats of the living things that live in the forest. And also cutting down trees, of course, uh, destroying the habitats of the living things that live in that forest. Of course, both of them we must aware, we must avoid, about that. Okay, so we have to avoid both of them, burning or cutting down the trees. Okay, I think that's all for the online learning. Thank you for your attention. Then I will see you to next online learning.